What a complete change in weather it is today, and it's warm. It feels like spring in November, and it's a complete change to what I've had to deal with all week. So firstly I came over and it was battering down with rain and it was muggy and cold, and thank you so much Eddie for letting us use your trailer because Mark donated like a log style shed to the channel, and I'm going to use that on the fig and olive plot. And the idea is that I'm going to clad all the shed up and turn it into a nice little log cabin with my little log burner in it. And imagine that in the winter, you know, it's raining or snow on the ground, and I can just retreat in there and keep nice and warm, and it'll just be a nice little hideaway. So the plan is today that I'm going to go up and sort out some of the plot. And also yesterday I came up and the chipper turned up. So the allotment society that I'm on this site have bought themselves a chipper, and the plan is that you can rent it for a nominal fee. And I got rid of everything off the plot up there, and it wasn't that hard to use, to be honest. I was a little bit nervous because they shot through that chipper. So I'll go up there now. I've got a lovely pile of bark now that I can use for the paths. Let's go up there and have a look. So we're at the fig and olive plot, and as you can see, this mountain of trees and prunings has gone. Let me show you around what I've done. So inside the polytunnel, as you can see, the log style cabin is there, and it's a nice cladding, and it's really good quality as well. So I'm happy that that is now going to come over to here and go all around the shed. So all I've got left is some brambles and things, and I think this would be brilliant stuff to just, you know, put at the bottom of the compost heap so it'll give some aeration. And I don't think this will be much trouble. I could have shredded it, but it's not that much to do. And look at this space has opened up now. So today I'm going to clear this bed off and give it some purpose. So what I thought I'd do is the spare garlic that I had from the other plot, I thought put it on another site. So if that fails, this has got another chance. So second chance, second plot. And I thought even if I don't need it for next year, I can pull it early and use it as green garlic, and that's the plan. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with some of that as well. Right, let me show you what I've got planned. So that huge mountain of tree cuttings turned into this. I think there's about 6 wheelbarrows full of bark there, and that should be brilliant mulch for some of the paths. So at least I'm using it as well. Right, next thing. So as you can see, all the leaves pretty much have fallen off the fig tree now, and you're left with these tiny little figs. But these tiny small ones here, don't fear, these ones will be next year's fruit. So most of these will drop off, but the tiny ones, the next year's fruit, so leave them all on the tree. So the plans with the shed is I'm going to clad all this and the front and put like a stable style door on the front, so that, you know, it'll give it good ventilation when I've got the fire on, because you don't actually want carbon monoxide poisoning when that's on. You don't want the door shut and having full, you know, closed up. You want some good ventilation. Also, I'm going to re-tile, felt or clad or do something on the roof, and then add the burner and the chimney up, and that'll be done safely as well. And also this, I want a double big window here for more light, and then have a surrounding deck going around, so I can sit out here in the sun, eat some sandwiches, fry myself a bacon sandwich. That's the plan. So yeah, I'm really lucky that Mark donated that shed to me so I can use that as nice cladding. And it was so nice. I popped over his house, and he lives in a nice area where there's a nice canal that comes across the front of his house, and you see all the swans and the ducks and all, and they all live outside his house. So it's really nice to see. And yeah, we had to lug it up in the rain. It was heavy. I'm telling you now, it was heavy, but it better be worth it. So inside here is those onions, and I must say they are looking fantastic. I'm really happy with them so far, and they're protected under here, and that's where they'll stay now until spring. It will need a good weeding though. So my other idea is this. This is the weird shape that the shed was. So what I thought I'd do is, I thought if I cut across there so it's straight, and then I'll use this then as the roof for the compost bays at the back of the plot. And then obviously then you don't want too much moisture in them, but you just want a controlled amount. So I think this will be brilliant. And I might put it on a hinged lid. Who knows? That'll be another design, but I've got a video coming up about the compost area as well. So even though I grew some onions this year, it wasn't the best harvest for me. So Mark again has brought me another string of onions to keep me going over the winter. So one of my next jobs is to get rid of all this here. Now I think it's a madness of nasturtiums, but there are other things inside there as well, and I need to have a good dig of it. I want this nice and clear, and this might be a good area for me to store some barrels and then have it running off the roof into those barrels. So that'll be another project for another day. Another job is to remove all of these canes out of this area here, and this will be the entrance to the fig and olive plot, and it will bend all the way around up to the cabin. Now I've still not decided what I'm fully going to do in here layout wise. Now my idea is that I'm going to put a bed down here and down here, but I'm thinking about putting one all the way across there and not wasting that space. Now I know I'll need this door for ventilation, but will I really need it for a main access in and out? And I don't think I will. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting the door halfway across and having more like a big window, and I can still step over the bed and go out there if I need to, but I'm thinking about having a bed all the way across there. And I think that'll give me a bit more of a growing space and also more height to go all the way to the top. On top of that, I'm thinking about putting a small bed in here, maybe 6 foot by 2 foot wide, and then that'll give me some growing space in the middle as well. So what's your thoughts on that? So yesterday was plot feed day as well. So yesterday I had to come up, pay my fees. I think it worked out about £23–25 per plot. So that's like pennies considering, you know, what anyone would rent some land for. So I think for both sites I paid about 50 odd pounds, which is a bargain. What do you pay in your area if you've got an allotment plot? How much you pay in your area? I'm really curious. So pop that in the comments below, because I'm really curious how much you pay, because I know some places extortionate and other places pennies. So I'm lucky I live in an area where about £20–30 a plot is about the average. So I got so much planned. The weather keeps pushing me back and back. But today is a really sunny day. I'm going to take full advantage of that and get that bed sorted. So the idea is that I thought I'll put in the extra garlic that I got, the different varieties, but all the garlic that I had, that was spare, you know, those tiny small cloves. And they were extras, you know, normally you just say like, oh, I'll use them in the kitchen or throw them away. But I thought I'll plant these a little bit closer, but these ones will definitely, you know, if you've got these tiny small cloves, that they might not come to nothing. I thought I'm going to plant them anyway, and then these next year, at the start of spring, I can use this green garlic, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually grow this for green garlic. All the others will be for normal garlic, but if I want to pull some more, then it doesn't matter, because I've got so much garlic going in. Vampires are going to stay from my plots for sure. Right, so less of the nattering, less of the chatting, let's get some gardening done. So I've weeded this bed as much as I can, and I'm worried that the previous owner put potatoes in here, but we'll have to see about that next year. So I've got the garlic. I'm just going to pop this in, you know, willy-nilly and not worry about it, because it is extra garlic, and we shall see what happens with it. We shall see what happens with it. And this is the Grapevine Garden. I'm Danny, and this is